So welcome, Evelyn. We're gonna speak about the online sexual exploitation of children and your important work that you're doing for IJM. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Morning, Jasmine. I'm Evelyn Pingul. I've been with the organization for 11 years, serving the team under Sub-National or Strategy 1. This is local government engagement, casework, and community engagement. In the past, we've been working with the national government, and we know from the scale of harm study that nearly 500,000 children are being exploited to produce child sexual exploitation material. But there's a local component to this prevalence, we call it scale of harm local prevalence study, that allowed us to see where this crime might be happening in the community.
What is most urgently needed right now to truly improve the protection of children?
We know that online sexual exploitation is happening and it is massive in the Philippines, but it is significantly underreported. We are doing a lot of engagements with the multidisciplinary team, but also we want the community to be aware of this issue and to respond. Because right now there's a prevailing culture of silence in the Philippines. They thought that it is taboo to talk about this issue. That's why IJM is doing a lot of awareness, and awareness should not stop at information level only. We want them to know that this is happening, but we also want them to report. And so what we want is to increase reliance, and the way we can increase reliance is through showing that the system is working.
So the focus on community awareness is kind of a new approach of IJM. Have you already seen small changes happening in local communities in the Philippines?
Awareness can sound abstract, but I think what we are trying to do is to make this an important indicator of change. Now, there's a trending that whenever the community is aware that this is happening, they can call the police. They can go to a barangay or they can go to a social worker and talk about this issue openly because awareness is rampant in the Philippines.
That's beautiful. So this approach is working.
Yeah, it is working. And this is not a hopeless case. We can see even the churches responding. So they come to IJM Philippines, and they would like to understand more about this issue, how they can help. And so we are also equipping the churches to actually talk about this. They're infusing the narratives of online sexual exploitation in their sermon. They are also talking about how the church members can actually support child protection.
So much of the demand of online child sexual abuse originates in Western countries, including the Netherlands. How do you view this international responsibility that we have?
So they are equally accountable. In the Philippines, we're doing all our efforts to protect our children, but the demand side has an equal accountability to disrupt this crime from happening. And also, every time the police would see an abuse happening or a crime happening here, they can actually report it, coordinate with the local police, so we can rescue children. Sometimes it will take years of abuse before we were able to rescue the child. And so I think it's important that the Netherlands community is also prioritizing this by reporting.
So what role can an ordinary citizen play in this fight?
I think they can talk more openly about this online sexual exploitation. What we want is to build a movement that will demand for accountability. And this is something that we are doing in the Philippines. IJM has been advocating for transformation and change, and we are demanding for accountability for perpetrators. And imagine if the perpetrators will be convicted, it will be life-altering for them. I happened to see a child because my church is supporting a shelter in the Philippines. And I was talking to a survivor, and she said, she called me, Mommy, Mommy, in the middle of the night, I would wake up to wash my clothes. And I said, what's happening in your mind? Because I feel I am And I am 30 and so if you can just hear about this issue from a lens of a child, I think you will do something. You will not think twice, but you will do what you could to somehow alleviate the pain that the child is experiencing.
So in light of everything that you shared and clearly the heart that you have in doing this job for IGM, what gives you hope?
Because there are survivors who choose courage over silence. The national government is also prioritizing this. Even the Philippine president is mandating all the agencies to prioritize online sexual exploitation of children. And so you can see the entire community slowly becoming aware, and they will continue to choose protection over silence. And so it gives me hope that one day, with all these efforts that we are doing together, the supply side and the demand side coming together to fight online sexual exploitation, we will see an end of this crime.
So it was so inspiring to hear about your work and the work that you're doing on community awareness and strengthening justice systems in the Philippines, but also your encouragement for us in the Netherlands to join the movement to fight against online sexual exploitation of children. So thank you very much. Thank you that you shared about your work, and let's continue this fight together.